For this tutorial, I will be using the Loops and Threads Soft and Shiny Acrylic Yarn. This is the beautiful medium seafoam green colorway called Bay Leaf, and the recommended hook size is 5.5 millimeters, but because this is a puff stitch, I want a slightly tighter stitch, so I will be using a 5 millimeter hook from Loops and Threads. We're going to start the square with a slip knot, so we're going to cross the yarn over itself, grab the piece underneath and pull it through the loop, place the loop on your hook, and to make the ring in the center of the square, we're going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I prefer this technique to the magic ring or the magic circle. I find it a little bit easier. We're going to create the ring by slip stitching into that first chain. So just go right around and slip stitch, yarn over, grab it, and pull it through both the first and the last loop to create yourself a little ring. Now you have the tail, you have the ring, and you have the stitch that's on your hook. In the first round, we're going to create 8 puff stitches going around the ring. We're going to work directly into the center of the ring, and I'm going to work these puff stitches over the tail so we don't have to weave it in later. It just gets tucked in under the stitches. To start, we're going to chain 2, and we're going to start making our first puff stitch. So we're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the center of the ring, yarn over, pull up, not too high, not too low, sort of in the middle, however you feel. Yarn over, insert your hook into the ring, yarn over, pull up, that's 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, that's 3. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, that's 4. Now this first row we're going to do that 4 times. We're going to yarn over and pull through all the loops on your hook. So it looks something like this, and we're going to yarn over and do 2 chains. So we're going to create a puff stitch and chain 2. Let's try it again. You see how we're working over the tail here? Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, 1. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, 3. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, 4. Now we're going to yarn over and pull through every loop on your hook, and then we're going to chain 2. That's 2 puffs. Again, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, 1. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, 3. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, 4. Yarn over, pull through every loop on your hook, chain 2. It's quite pretty, isn't it? We've done 3, we're going to do 5 more. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, 1. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, 3. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up, 4. Yarn over, pull through all the loops on your hook, and then chain 2. Now we've done 4. Again, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up, 2. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up, 3. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up, 4. Yarn over, pull through all the loops on your hook, chain 2. Next, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up, 2. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up, 3. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up, 4. Yarn over, pull through all the loops on your hook, chain 2. Now we've done 6 puffs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 2 more to go for this first round. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up. yarn over, pull through every loop on your hook, chain 2. Last one. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up, 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 yarn over, pull through every loop on your hook, chain 2. Now to join the ends of this first row, we're going to slip stitch into the top of the first puff you made. So here you have 8 puffs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is your first round. To start our second round, we're going to work directly into that same stitch at the top of that puff. We're going to chain 3. This chain 3 counts as a double crochet in round 2. It's not a real double crochet, but we're going to treat it as if it's a double crochet. And then we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to work a double crochet into the top of that same puff. So what we have is we technically have a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet all at the top of that first puff. Now into that very next chain space, right next to the puff that you just worked into, we are going to work a puff. We're going to chain 2, and we're going to do a puff, but this time we're going to pull up 5 times. So yarn over, insert your hook into that chain space, yarn over, pull up 1, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up 2, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up 3, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up 4, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up 5. Now we're going to yarn over and pull through every loop on your hook. And we're going to chain 2. So you should have something that looks like this. Now we're going to work into the next chain space. So we're skipping the puff here and we're working into this chain space. And we're going to place another puff. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up 1, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up 2, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up 3, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up 4, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up 5, yarn over, pull through every loop on your hook, chain 2. So now you have something that looks like this. Now on top of the puff that's right next to the chain space you just worked into, we're going to work another V-stitch, which is what we started the row with. So we're going to place a double crochet right into the top of that puff, chain 2, and then double crochet right back into that same stitch. So it looks something like this. Now we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to work into the chain space right next to that puff you just worked into, another puff stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, pull through all the loops on your hook, being careful here not to drop your stitch, and then chain 2. Now we're going to find the next chain space in between the next 2 puffs, and we're going to place another puff, yarn over, 1, yarn over, 2, yarn over, 3, yarn over, 4, yarn over, 5, yarn over, pull through every loop on your hook, chain 2. I think the rationale for doing a 5-stitch puff in this row and going forward versus the 4-stitch puff in the first round is that it gives it a bit more volume, so it just looks nicer. But if you prefer, you could do a 4-stitch puff instead of a 5-stitch puff. So we've chained 2 after this puff, and now we're going to work again into the top of that puff, not into the chain space yet. We're going to the top. We're going to double crochet into the stitch at the top of that puff in the previous row, chain 2, and then double crochet right back into the top of that puff. That creates the corners of your square. Now we're going to chain 2, and we're going to work into the chain space directly next to the stitch that you just crocheted into. We're going to place a puff there, yarn over, 1, yarn over, 2, yarn over, 3, yarn over, 4, yarn over, 5, yarn over, pull through every loop on your hook, and then chain 2. This is such a pretty square. Find the next chain space, and that's what we're working into next. Yarn over, we're going to make a puff. 1, yarn over, 2, yarn over, 3, yarn over, 4, yarn over, 5, yarn over, pull through all the loops on your hook, chain 2. Now we're going to work into the top of the puff right next to the chain space that you worked into. So the top of this puff, and we're going to place a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. It's just what we're doing in all the corners. And now this is the last side of our square. You see it's coming together nicely. So we're going to work into the chain space right next to the puff that you just worked into. We're going to place a puff. We're going to chain 2, and we're going to yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull up. Whoops. Sometimes it catches. Yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull up 3, yarn over, pull up 4, yarn over, pull up 5, yarn over, pull through every loop on your hook, chain 2, and we have one more chain space in this round to work into. And we're going to place another puff there. So yarn over, pull up 1, yarn over, pull up 2, yarn over, pull up 3, yarn over, pull up 4, yarn over, pull up 5, yarn over, pull through every loop on your hook, chain 2, and we're back at the V-stitch we created at the beginning of this round, and we're going to find the third chain, and we're going to slip stitch into the third chain just to close off that round. And you should have something that looks like this. Now the beauty of this square is that you can just keep on going forever. You can make this as big as you like, and there's really not much else to it. This is it. So let's do a couple of more rounds together, and you can see how it all comes together. We're going to slip stitch so we get back into this chain space, this chain 2 space in the V-stitch. So we're going to slip stitch just so we're in there, and we're going to chain 3. Remember, that counts as the first double crochet in your next row, then chain 2, and we're going to double crochet right back into that chain space, and this will be your corners going forward. You're going to work directly into that corner chain space. Now we're going to chain 2. We're going to find the next chain space, and we're going to place a puff there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, pull through all the loops on your hook, chain 2. We're going to find the next chain space in between the next 2 puffs, this one. We're going to work directly into that chain space and place a puff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, pull through all the loops on your hook, chain 2. We're going to find the next chain space. It's in between the double crochet in the corner and the last puff on this side right now. We're going to work into that chain space, and we're going to place a puff, yarn over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, pull through all the loops on your hook, and then chain 2. Now we're at the corner V-stitch, and we're going to work directly into that 2 chain space. We're going to place a double crochet directly into that corner, chain 2 space, chain 2, and another double crochet right into that corner. Every corner is going to be the same. Now we're going to chain 2. We're going to find the next chain space in between the second bar of that V-stitch and the first puff in the next side. We're going to place a puff stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, pull through all the loops on your hook, and we're going to chain 2, 1, 2. We're going to work into the next chain space in between the next 2 puff stitches. We're going to place a puff, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, pull through all the loops on your hook, chain 2, and we're going to work into the next chain space, which is between the last puff on the side and the first double crochet in the corner V-stitch right here. We're going to work into that chain space in between those. So we're going to place another puff, yarn over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, pull through all the loops on your hook, chain 2. Now we're at the corner, and we're going to create another corner V-stitch, but working directly into that chain space. So double crochet directly into that chain space, chain 2, place another double crochet directly into that chain space, chain 2, find the next chain space. We're going to place a puff here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, pull through all the loops on your hook, chain 2, find the next chain space in between the next 2 puffs. We're going to place another puff, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need some more yarn. We're going to yarn over, pull through all the loops on our hook, chain 2. We're going to find the last chain space on that side of the square. We're going to work into that chain space in between the last puff and the first double crochet in the corner. We're going to place a puff, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, pull through all the loops on your hook, chain 2. Now we're going to work into the corner. We're going to place a V-stitch directly into the chain space. So double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, chain 2, and we have our last side of the square in this round. We're going to work into the next chain space, place a puff, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, pull through all the loops on your hook, chain 2. We're going to work into the next chain space, place a puff, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, pull through all the loops on your hook, chain 2, and we have one more chain space to work into between the last puff on that side and the first double crochet in that corner V-stitch. So we're going to yarn over, place a puff, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, pull through all the loops on your hook, chain 2, and join to the starting V-stitch by slip stitching into the third chain in that turning chain. And you should have something that looks like this. This is a super easy square and it's great for fall projects, and as you can tell, you just keep going and make it as big as you want to. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.